Okay, so I'm making this short little video to help all my wonderful parents out with teaching their kids long division. I want to show you all the way I teach it so we can be consistent in our methods and there'll be less confusion for our kiddos. Okay, so the first thing I have them do is I have them write DMSCB, and for them to remember that, we say, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? And the D stands for divide, the M for multiply, S for subtract, the C is for compare or check, and the B is for bring down. And then what I have them do, if they are struggling with their multiplication facts at all, what I have them do is I have them look at their divisor, and I have them take that number and write all the multiples, all their multiplication facts to the side to have as a helper. And this is a really good way for them to check themselves. Even those that have their facts down pretty well, it's a good thing to have them practice just to kind of double check themselves. So what we do is we start with our D, so we're going to divide. So we'll say, okay, 6 goes into 4, how many times? Well, they can look over here and say, well, the first number here is 6, and that's larger than a 4. And so 6 cannot go into 4 at all. What I have them do, oh, this is interesting trying to hold this and do it at the same time. I also have them write a multiplication symbol here to help remind them. 6 cannot go into 4, so it goes into 0 times. 6 times 0 is 0. That's our multiply. Next is subtract. Subtract, we have 4 left over. Then we do our compare, and this is something new that some teachers in 4th grade don't do, but I do. It really helps. We compare, we say, is 4 less than 6? Yes, it is. That means I've done it correctly and I can move on. For our B, bring down, we bring our 3 down, and now we start all over again with our divide. 6 goes into 43. Let's figure out how many times without going over. Okay, I see a 42 here. 48 would be too big, so I would do 6 times 7, and I put my 7 up here. 6 times 7 for my multiply is 42. Next I subtract. I have 1 left over. I'm going to compare. 1 is smaller than 6, so I'm good to go. Then I can bring down my 5 for my B. And I also like to tell the kids to follow the arrow down, and it also will guide them on which number they are dividing into next. 6 into 15, if I go look over here, I see a 12. 18 is too big, so I've got to go with my 12, so it'd be 6 times 2. So over here I say 6 times 2, and the answer for the multiplication would be 12. After that I subtract. I have 3 left over. At this point I would have them check, do I have a number over each number in the box, which is my dividend is in the box. I do have a number over each one, yet I still have a leftover right here. And so that would be my remainder. Our leftovers are our remainder. And a great way to show your kids how to check their work is they take their quotient, which is their answer, and they multiply it times the divisor right here. So I would do, 72 times 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 1 is 43. Then they add the remainder on, if there's a remainder. And their answer, their product to their multiplication, should be the same number that is the dividend in the box. And that's a way for them to self-check to know they got it right. I hope this helps. If y'all like this, I can make more videos like this so you can kind of see my methods so we'll be all on the same page. Have a good night.